welcome back to Parking Lot Chats with Corn
and Bo.
So how was your weekend?
It was fun. We went down and saw the Savannah Bananas play their last game of the World Tour.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I don't know why they call it the World Tour though. I don't know where they went. Tokyo or something maybe? Somewhere. They went to like
ruin the tour.
It's gonna ruin the tour. They went to like one country outside of America, I think, and called it a World Tour. But whatever.
Whatever. Good for them.
Yeah. I mean, shit. They started in like a little stadium, like baseball stadium in Savannah, Georgia, and have grown into this empire almost. You know what I mean? I don't know what you would call it, but it's freaking crazy what they've done. We went and saw them at a MLB stadium, and I have friends that go down all the time to the Marlins stadium to watch Marlins games, and they went down to Savannah Banana game, and they were like, parking is not like this at a Marlins game. Like, they couldn't get out, and at a Marlins game, there's like nothing.
Nobody's there.
Yeah.
Nobody's there.
I mean, they said it was sold out. I will say there was a lot of empty seats, so I don't.
But how many tickets did they sell?
Yeah, I mean, it was full. Don't get me wrong, it was full. Like, but you saw just a lot of like blue, like the empty seats. You know what I'm saying? But it was freaking so much fun. Like I love going to those games. It's so much fun. There's music playing the entire time. They're always out there dancing. There's constant entertainment from like. At 2:00, they do like a before party out front. There's music. There's like live music.
Like a tailgating situation?
Yeah, but out, like you have to go in. You have to have a pass and go in through the gate,
it's not
and
like
then
a parking
before
lot situation.
No, before they open the like doors to the stadium or whatever, like out in the courtyard area.
Yeah.
There's a whole party going on. It rained on us, so it kind of dampened it, but. That starts at 2, and then you go in. Gates open at 4:30. Immediately, there's entertainment out on the field. Like, people doing crazy shit. There's one guy freaking balanced a table. Like, it's a little circusy, but entertainment.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
fun,
Like, he balanced a table on his chin. And then the game starts at 7, and it's exactly 2 hours.
Well, that's nice, because that's the problem with baseball. Sometimes it's too long. I don't really care about this.
It's exactly 2 hours, which, you gotta wonder. It's obviously a show, and it is fine-tooth combed. Like... Yeah, that's right? Because to a T, to the second.
It's like the WWE.
The last out was thrown. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, how can you... And they dance in between. Like, it's
choreographed, Kim.
It's so choreographed. So then... But then is every... Like, can they really... You can't, like... You can't precisely pinpoint where a ball is going to go, can you? Like, are they that good that they can, like, throw a certain pitch and the batter bats it a certain way so that player knows it's going to them and this is what they're going to do? Can they really can they really do that to a baseball game?
I feel like they could. If it was agreed to, right? Like, you throw, like, this way, like you said. You throw this kind of pitch, you hit that kind of whatever. I'm not big on baseball. I don't know the words.
Like, to the second, 2 hours, the game's over.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm interested, but I like showed Ferris the videos when you originally were talking about it, and he was like, "That's too much for me."
Yeah, I could see that. It's fun though, and it's a huge stadium. It was funner like when we saw him last year at like the little like minor league stadium. You know, it's
a little more intimate. Yeah.
Because we were up high too. We literally, it's weird the way it works. Everything is like lottery system. You get put in a lottery to even be able to buy tickets, and then if you get chosen in that lottery, you get to buy tickets. And then it was like, when they were at the little stadiums, it's $25 flat fee. There's no hidden like anything. It's $25, and then it's open seating, so you just go in and sit. But in the bigger stadium, they couldn't do open seating, so you chose like $40 seats were up high, $60 seats, and then there was like VIP, which was more and stuff like that. So you bought like either a $40 seat or $60 seat, and then 2 weeks ago they sent out where you were sitting.
Oh wow!
So you didn't even get to choose.
Like your friends, right? Didn't you go with like a group?
Well, we bought we got
buy tickets together.
Well, we were part of a group. Like my friend writes them and says like, "Hey, I've got 100 friends. We're huge Banana fans. Can I get like a group code?" And so that's what she does. We get like a group code.
Oh, okay.
And so then when they sent out the seats, they kept those groups together.
That's cool. So at least you get to sit with your friends.
Yeah, but we were literally given the very last row in the stadium.
Oh.
Yeah.
Could you even see from up there?
Well, we didn't sit there. we had two cripples with us. Like, one of my friend's son just had surgery on his foot, and so he's in like a scooter, and our other friend just had surgery on his knee. So there was like this whole row of handicapped, like, and they don't sell those seats. Those are usually for people who show up and need like, can't get up the steps and stuff,
like you guys.
Right. So we ended up sitting down there, and they didn't say anything. Like, they let all of us just kind of stand behind, and because it was like, you weren't blocking anybody standing. You know what I mean? It was like lower, but yeah. So anyways, it was fun though. But I was like, we are literally the last row in the stadium. Like, whatever. It was fun. We had fun. Yeah. I'm gonna go next year. I just love it. I'd love to see him in Savannah. It's a lot of fun. It's like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. It's the best way to explain it, because it's a game, but they have their own rules to it. And yeah.
I saw their stuff at the Savannah airport.
Oh yeah, they did.
And it was like the whole like half of the Savannah airport's very small, and like half of like the one little store was like their shit.
Yeah, they've blown up.
I think I sent you pictures. I was like, Kim, look at your friends.
Yeah, TikTok made them like. TikTok was the best thing that could have ever happened to them, because
they're funny.
It's a dancing app, and that's what they do. You know.
Right. I think that's where like I showed in the videos, because I was like, do you want to go to this? And he was like, that looks like a lot. And I was like, you know what, we'll try next year.
Yeah.
But I saw it was one of them like had like the I Can Do It With a Broken Heart was like his song, and I was like, look at your song.
Oh yeah, he's by Jackson Olsen. He's a Swiftie.
Probably.
Yeah. He does all the Swiftie shit.
But I believe you, because I saw it on TikTok.
I'm pretty sure his walkout song was even like a Taylor song.
Yeah, and that's what like it was. This guy was like doing the whole dance and stuff, and he was like, I like that, but I don't like the stadium full of people.
Yeah.
Like, all right, well.
Yeah, me neither, but there was like a moment when I was like, I gotta go like to our seats. We were trying to walk around, and it was just so crowded. I'm like, I can't do this. Like, I'm just gonna go to my seat.
That's why like I believed him, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna pay for this if you're not gonna, because he gets overwhelmed sometimes, you know, like doing normal stuff.
Yeah. This weekend I'm going to Taylor, another crowded stadium.
Oh, it's gonna be fun though.
Yeah. I'm excited.
So, do you want to just talk about that real quick then? About what's going on? Tell me, because the internet keeps telling me. So, these boys moved their albums, and that means that she's going to do something?
I did
or
see that.
Harry Styles?
So, yeah, who was it that moved their albums? I saw that Shawn Mendes and Joe Jonas. Was it Shawn Mendes and Joe Jonas?
I think so. I don't know who that person is, but I heard that name.
I think it's Shawn Mendes.
Because I didn't know who that was, and the other one was a Jonas brother.
You know Shawn Mendes. I can't think of what he sings right now, though.
So you don't even know.
I do know. I can't think when I'm
It
put
was
on
a
the
Jonas
spot.
brother and some other boy.
KK used to listen to his songs all the time. Fuck. Right. I'm pretty sure it's him. But yes, I did hear that they moved the album. And she came out on a date with Travis Kelce the other day wearing a purse that had snakeskin and a snake on it with the letter R.
Uh-oh.
Like, she couldn't have been more obvious. That she leaves Easter eggs. Like, it's her thing. She admits to it. You know what I mean? Like, people aren't just crazy looking into what she wears.
Right, she does that on purpose.
She's openly admitted that she does it.
And that's what people were saying online, that, like, she's going to have, like, she has one of her tour days the same day that these boys were going to release their album, and she's been dropping hints, and they're like, so these boys canceled their albums, or not
people are speculating that she's gonna. There's always been this like speculation behind Reputation Taylor's version that she's just going to drop it, like she's not going to announce it. It's because she must have said it at some point. I don't really know, but there's a saying that reputation needs no explanation, or something like that. So people speculate that she's just going to drop it, like not even announce it.
And is this date also her last tour date?
No, because it's soon, right? Isn't it like October?
Yeah, but isn't this thing over? It's been going on for a fucking year.
She's starting the last leg of the North American tour. Like, Miami is her first weekend back. Yeah, and then she has like New Orleans, Indianapolis.
But so that still does make sense if it's the last leg of your thing. I don't know.
The last leg of the tour. Everyone thinks she's going to announce it.
Whoever told me this.
Or that it's going to drop in Miami. But that doesn't... Records drop on Fridays. So what, the first night of Miami? I don't know.
That's what the internet said. But then they also said maybe not her, maybe Harry Styles.
Yeah. But would they move for Harry Styles?
That's what I said. No, that's not what I said. I don't know.
I don't know. Has he ever... Does his albums break records like that?
Do you think I know anything about Harry Styles?
I mean... His tour was
I didn't even know he was tall until last week.
He's tall?
That's what I heard. And then I asked my cousin, because she was a big One Direction fan. She was like, yeah, he's so tall and hot. And I was like, okay. And then she gets mad because her coworkers, she works with some older women, and they pick on the way that he dresses, and she doesn't like that because she thinks that there's nothing wrong with being Metro and he dresses nice. And also she's obsessed with him, so she just doesn't like it when people talk shit about him.
His tour TikTok made me obsessed with him. Like, it was everything came out, everything that would come out on his tour on TikTok, I was like, man, am I a Harry Styles fan?
Oh, my cousin is, and she has been like this entire time. She's been like obsessed with him for the last 20 fucking years or however long One Direction's been around.
Yeah, I know.
But she's like a fan from then.
Yeah.
But she was a teenager then.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and Kaylee, I was not a teenager then, and Kaylee never got into them, so
right.
I never got into One Direction. But I don't know. This last album was, or the last tour that I saw, I was like, I think I want to see Harry Styles on tour. I don't know if he's dropping. I don't know. There's, they've been talking about Reputation forever now, that it's going to drop like so many times, but I don't know that.
That's what I keep hearing.
The handbag with the fucking snake and the R on it, I was like, okay, how much, like.
How more obvious can you be?
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I go night 3, so if, this will post before then. So if you're going night 3, I'll be there. Sunday.
Are you going to pass out bracelets?
I haven't made any.
Okay, well.
So why not?
Probably get on that then.
I know.
At least for yourself.
I'd have a few for myself that I just own, but like I don't have like a ton made or anything. Do you know I bought those tickets in like July of last year?
I remember when you bought them, because I remember you telling me that you got a good deal on them.
Yeah.
And you were excited about it.
Yeah. I looked up today because I was like, I'm getting excited. So I was like, oh, let me go on and look again my view from my seats and see what it's going to look like. And so to do that, you have to go on StubHub. They have like they'll like bring you down into the stadium with the view.
Oh, that's
where like
cool.
Ticketmaster just shows you the...
Fucking Ticketmaster.
Yeah. So I went on StubHub and I'm like, holy fuck, the tickets that I have are selling for like $2,000. Well, they're listed at least. I don't know if people are actually buying them for that. But they're listed for like $2,000 a piece.
That's a
I
lot.
paid $300.
You got a deal.
Like, holy crap. I could not afford $2,000 for those seats. I would never. I love her. I would never. I wouldn't.
I don't believe you.
I really wouldn't. That would be $5,000 for me and Keely to go. I would never do it. No.
Never?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I'll just keep getting hopefully lucky with that Ticketmaster.
You've always been like that, though.
Well, I'll win them.
I was gonna say, you used to win them all the fucking time.
Yeah.
You're good at getting concert tickets.
I used to be. Okay, moving on. What'd you do this weekend? Survived the hurricane. We did. We survived the hurricane.
Yeah. And then, it was like everybody was off for half of the week, and then it was like Friday, and then it was like back to the weekend, and it was like, what?
I know. I was not prepared. I know that. Like, I was not prepared to leave on Friday. I'm like, wait, I have to now leave? Like, I'm not like, my adrenaline is not down from like this fucking hurricane we just went through. Now I have to pack a bag and go away for the weekend. I did because
you had plans,
I had
right?
plans, but I was like, I fucking need a minute to breathe.
Yeah, we didn't do anything. We didn't even like go to I was gonna go to the library on Saturday, and I think my kid was so like just anxious to out, because he's getting to the point where like I think it's his first time like being aware of what's going on.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like we try not to scare him, but like we feel like if you're old enough to ask a question, you're old enough for the answer.
Right.
So it's not like we're not like telling him what's going on. I mean, we're not like, hey, people are dying and from the tornadoes.
Oh my god.
But like he was aware that there was a big storm. He was aware that we were like boarding up. We didn't board up, but like we moved all of our outside stuff in, and then like we all like slept in one bedroom the night of the storm just in case something happened, because we didn't board up.
Right. Yeah, we ended up putting the shutters on. I was back and forth, but like the day before it hit, we put them on. And then we didn't put the back slider on because I want to be able to get out.
That's my thing. That's why I didn't want to board out, because I was so concerned with flooding. And like, if you flood, you can't open your door. You've got to get out the window. So like, I didn't want to board up my windows.
Right. I didn't even think of that.
That was why I didn't want to.
But we didn't board up the back slider, And when that wind started like whipping through our backyard, the slider was like flexing.
Oh,
and I was like,
that's scary.
Should we have covered that? I made Chris go out and like put some of them on. I don't know if it helped. I don't know, but it was weird. It was like flexing and it was scaring me.
I've seen that before, like at my dad's house on the island, where like we didn't board up and like it was flexing in the sliding glass door, and it's like, well, I hope that holds.
Yeah.
And he's got like the fucking skylights out there, and it's like, oh shit, you can't really board those.
Yeah.
I mean, the hurricane,
I didn't
impact
even
or whatever,
think of like boarding up and then flooding though.
That's what I was just so concerned with the flooding, because we had gotten so much, that. So like we talked last Monday, right? So, and I think we had said then that between the Saturday before that and the Tuesday, we were already meant to get 20 inches of rain in this area before there was a hurricane formed.
Right.
So that's why I was just so concerned with fucking flooding. And I was like we were going back and forth on boarding up, and I was like, you know what? If we got to get out, you don't want to board on the window. Yeah. You can't open the door.
I'm always like, I also am crazy about boarding up because, and I know like a fire is not always, it's rare. That's not what I'm talking about, but like the chances of a fire happening in your house are not that high, right? But like if there's people board up, right, days before the hurricane was even coming, and if you have a fire in your house, you can't fucking get out. Mm-hmm. So like we boarded up the very last day, like, and then the very next morning, I was out there taking them all off the windows. And Chris was like, there might be another one out there. I'm like, these motherfucking things are not staying on my window for more than a day.
No.
Like, I'm getting them off, because if there is a fire, we need to be able to get out. And he was like, oh. I'm like, yeah.
Right. You do, but you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You have to get out if there's a fire. You have to be able to, like, get out if it floods or whatever. It's such a... Like we said last week about evacuating, like, everything is so... dependent on your personal situation. You know what I mean? Like, it's also hard to make those choices. Like, do you board up? Do you not? Do you evacuate? Do you not?
Right.
It all depends on... It's not a, one fucking size fits all. Right. It depends on the situation and your particular thing. Like, we, in our area, we had a lot of tornadoes. Right. And so, like we were talking before this came on, like, we don't think that there were evacuation orders here. And it's like, should there have been? Because, sure, we didn't know we were going to get the tornadoes, but
we were still projected to get a hurricane. Like, granted, not the 4 or 3 that was coming on the East Coast, but, like, we were always projected to get tropical storm to Cat 1 hurricane winds. So, like, should they have had evacuation orders in place for mobile homes? They opened shelters. But, like, I don't remember seeing anything that said that we were under any sort of even a voluntary.
And like... Sorry.
No, going. You're fine.
I'm just saying, like, some of, like, those super, super, like... We have some areas that flood really bad here. And, like, shouldn't they have been evacuated? And, like, I didn't say this before, so I'm not going to say the neighborhood now, but I'll tell you later what I'm thinking. But there's a neighborhood that really, really floods. And it was really, really flooded the day fucking before.
Right.
And it was like, shouldn't they at least have been? I mean, they should know.
Yeah, but still,
you know what I'm talking
if you're
about.
Not putting in, like, there's not... I don't know. And then... We were hit by, like, an EF3 tornado went through our freaking county in Florida. That's unheard of. That's the shit you see in Tornado Alley. We get, like, EF1s, EF0s.
And weren't there a couple?
There were a couple, yes. And the one went through a freaking mobile home park, a 55 and up mobile home park. And I heard that St. Lucie County had the most amount of deaths from Hurricane Milton. And it was because of the fucking tornadoes. And the one that went through that mobile home. And I know no one expected tornadoes like that. That was not on anyone's radar.
No.
Like, tornadoes happen in hurricanes, but like I said, they're usually like smaller ones. Maybe it takes down a fence.
It's like normally a trampoline.
Your trampoline goes across, but not ones that literally level houses. And that's what happened. And had there been an evacuation order where they did even a voluntary one, to get, that mobile homes, the damage wasn't because of the hurricane, but they wouldn't have been there.
Right.
I don't know.
And there wouldn't have been that tornado without the hurricane. The tornado was spawned from the hurricane.
Right.
So, sure, we didn't expect that big tornado, but, like, should you not, at this point, I mean, I hope next time they do, like, we have to understand now, right? Like, change your fucking practices, because
I mean, that was,
clearly it needs to be done now.
That was scary. Like, my phone has never gone off with so many hurricane warnings or tornado warnings. But then, you get those, like, tornado warnings, right? And then you don't have, there's a tornado warning is supposed to mean that it's there, right? Like a watch, I always have to look it up, but a watch is like watch out for it.
A watch is like the conditions are right.
Yeah, and a warning is like, hey bitch, it's here.
Right.
But then I got like warning after warning after warning after warning, and I didn't have a tornado.
So that's what I was saying to
like
Eric.
These people get these warnings and they don't, because it's happened before in storms where we get a tornado warning and then there's not a fucking tornado.
So every time I got one, so this is what I did, because I did the same thing, and I was like, watch your warning, watch your warning. So a watch means the conditions are right. A warning means there is a fucking tornado. Somebody saw it. It's definitely here. If it hit your house or not, we don't fucking know, but you should get safe. So what I was doing was I was pulling up the weather channel, and then I don't think I'm going to have it now because there's not a tornado right now. But when I pulled up my weather channel app on my radar, it was like my house in the blue dot, and then there was some gray dots over by the Aldi. And I was like, oh shit, that must be the tornadoes.
Oh. I do have an app too. I didn't know the Weather Channel did that. I have an app that actually shows the rotation in the storm.
Well, so, I mean, I don't know. Is that gray a fucking tornado? What's the gray? That's where that's where the gray was before.
That's something you've got pinned or something.
Aldi. Ah, it's the middle of the road. In front of the Goodwill.
I don't know what that gray dot is. I have an app called Weather Radar that will literally show you the rotation. So that's what I was doing. I was pulling up the weather radar, and it will show you the it has a little symbol that's like a tornado, and then it shows you the cone of which way like that little symbol is moving or the tornado is moving. But I don't know. It was wild. I've never had so many tornado warnings, and it was scary. And a lot of people, you know, thankfully we're okay. But there were people in our neighborhoods and in our town that were not as fortunate.
I met a lady at the library today, and they got hit by the tornado, but they were okay because it just got like their fence and like some siding. But they had gotten, I met this woman at 10 a.m. and they had gotten their power on like an hour before. So well, why are you at the
we didn't lose power either, thankfully, at all. I think any of it. It flickered a few times, but.
So I was doing MBF super block, right? And I was like, you know what? Let me like do my workout before the storm actually comes, because I'm gonna. If we lose power, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like in the middle of my workout and I lost my power.
Oh, that sucks.
And Eric's like doing a fucking 3D puzzle, and then Ferris is like, what? And I was like, of course, the storm's not even here yet.
Yeah.
But then like it came back on, you know what I mean? So
good.
like it was fine. And, like I finished my reps and then restarted my goddamn TV because I knew what I was doing then. I know it's not something we've ever talked about on here, but I've heard some gossip. What's going on with them? Are you going to tell me later?
Oh, with Beachbody?
Yeah, there's all kinds of gossip.
Yeah, they
and I can't keep track of it.
Completely ixnayed the MLM business model.
Is that what I saw? What's her name talking about it? And she was talking about how she was going to have a call with someone else and see who wanted to come with her.
Yeah. So Beachbody, you know, for however long it's been around, has always had like an MLM style. You know, you were coaches, and then you brought on teams and built a business, and by helping people with, you know, get started with the workouts, and you had customers under you and you made a commission from your customers.
So are you not getting commission?
So you made a commission from customers, and then you also made bonuses from like however your team did, and they have they're phasing that out. So it didn't just cold turkey stop, but by January the MLM model will completely be dissolved, which means that these people, some of these women, mostly women, like there's a few men in there, that have built these like businesses and make millions, it will all be gone in January. All of it.
That's really fucked up.
Yeah.
So what are you out? You were already kind of
I never
out,
really
right?
made like a bunch of money. I made a little bit
But like, does me buying Shakeology matter to you anymore?
Well, you still get commission off of it. So what they're turning it into is like an affiliate model, where like kind of the same as an Amazon affiliate, right? So someone sees something on Amazon that they like and they're an affiliate, they can share a link with you, and then if you buy it, you get a percentage of commission from the sale.
Okay.
So that's what they're doing, but there will no longer be like a customer base. So like it would literally just me being like, oh my gosh, I drink this Shakeology and I love it. If you want to grab some, grab it from this link. And then we don't know the commission yet, but they said it's going to be somewhere around 40%. So it's a high commission rate from the sale. But So in the past, when someone would buy Shakeology, and if they got put on like a monthly subscription for it, you would get the commission every month. Every month that they reordered, you got commission from it. Well, now it's a one and done deal. You get commission the first time they buy it from you, and unless they come back to your little link the very next time they buy something from you, you don't get commission from any other sale.
Okay, so if I'm on a subscription, you're not getting my commission anymore?
They haven't. I don't know about that. I don't know if they're going to go away with the subscription base too. I don't know. They haven't really like.
That would be stupid for them, because I would not be ordering this shit if it wasn't showing up every month.
Right. So I don't know if they are doing. I don't know. All I know is that in the past, if someone ordered Shakeology from me or ordered the workouts from me, became a member of it, every time they ordered anything, I was given commission from it. Even if it was just they went on the website and were like, hey, I'd like to try Energize.
Or like when I buy extra bands.
Yeah, like any of that, we were given the commission. But now, unless I directly send you my affiliate link for Energize, it doesn't matter that you bought it. Shakeology from me yesterday. If you buy Energize tomorrow but don't use my link, no one gets commission. Like Beachbody just keeps the full. And so
amount. Like even on like my renewal for the program, because like I don't even know when the fuck that is. It just hits my bank, and then I'm like, Eric's like, what was $100? And I'm like, I don't know, fucking Beachbody something, I'm sure.
Yeah. No, the renewal is nothing. There's no more like customer tracking.
Well, I guess I need to figure out when the fuck my time's up. I mean, I like the programs, right? But like I want to make sure that I sign up through your fucking link or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. It's annoying. I don't know. A lot of people are jumping ship. There's rumors that like some of the super trainers are like fired, or whatever, let go too. But then they came out and said that's not true. But I don't know. The only two that came out and said it wasn't true that I saw were the two that were being told that in the rumors are the two that were staying.
Autumn and Joel.
Yeah,
I'm dropping names because I'm not involved. Because that's what I heard. I heard that everybody was fired.
Everyone
except for
was
Autumn
fired,
and Joel.
but Autumn and Joel. And then Autumn and Joel came out and said that wasn't true.
But it's Autumn and Joel saying that.
But I haven't heard. I don't know. Those are the only two I heard that came out and said it wasn't true. I don't know if the other ones did too. So I don't know. It's all really fishy. And it sucks for a lot of people. I mean, I never built a big business. And now it's like, I tried and never really like put a bunch of effort into it. And now I'm like, fuck, good thing I didn't, because I would have just fucking lost it all. There's girls that literally like make so much fucking money.
That's what I was thinking about. What's her name? I'm not going to say her name, but you know what I'm talking about, that runs the whole main team that you're a part of. Like that's how I saw, because I follow her because I'm in groups with her from you adding me to them over the years. And I saw her live, and she was like going out of town, and she's like, I just needed to talk about this real quick.
And they literally didn't have a call with any of those like top girls. They found out like everybody else. I mean,
you could tell that she was upset. You could tell she was upset.
Money. Their entire lifestyles are done.
Oh, they're investing somehow.
I hope. Really hope. There are some girls that like got big and then like did more with their money. Like Emily Favre was one. She started like, I think she made money outside of it and like did other adventures, with the money that she was making. But
I really hope they all did, because fuck, I mean, that just really sucks. And it almost makes me want to be like you, but like
I know.
I don't really want to go to a gym. Like,
I know.
Honestly,
I like the workouts. Yeah.
When like my second round to like the MBF Super Block, I really like Megan and fucking what's her name together, Lacey. Like they like vibe off each other, and I didn't know they're both from like South Florida.
Yeah, she lives. Megan, I know, lives down in like Boca.
And like I guess Lacey is from like Miami, because they're like making Miami jokes. And like I noticed it the first time, like one of them would say something and the other one would say something, and at one point they're like 305, and then one day they're like, oh, we're wearing Dolphins colors, and then eventually they said, they're like, look, we're both from South Florida, because they kept making Miami jokes.
Yeah I mean, I love the workouts, and I love the fucking products too. Like I fucking drink Energize, like Hydrate, the collagen. Like I love Energize. It's the only pre-workout that I've ever had that like doesn't make me jittery. It doesn't like, I don't crash from it, but
I like Shakeology.
I don't drink it like I used to, but like I
had one today.
It didn't taste good to me when I first tried it, because when I first tried it I ate complete junk, and it's like an acquired taste, I guess, but I love the products. I just really fucking hate what they just did. But then there's rumors that Carl's selling it too. I don't know, man. I think there's going to be more that unravels. Yeah.
Yeah, so I know we weren't planning to talk about this. I didn't even tell you I was going to bring that up. It just, something happened and it hit my brain and I had to ask you before I forgot because I was been meaning to text you for days, but then I realized that you were on your trip and I was like, I'm not going to text her about fucking beach body drama while she's out on her, having fun with her friends.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. Well, it's going to unravel slowly, but, all
right,
I guess we've, like, talked for 30 minutes and haven't even talked about, anything.
We talked about Taylor.
I finished the Menendez documentary.
Did you? I didn't.
Or the Monsters one. I guess it's not really a documentary, right? From my understanding, which I didn't know, this Monsters is actually the name of like the show, and then they highlight things like it was Monsters, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, and now it's Monsters,
So is this their little
the Menendez brothers story? Yeah. So like they apparently take murderers, I guess, like fucking stories and recreate the drama, like create a drama out of it. So it's not actually a documentary because none of the footage in it is actual footage. It's all reenacted. It's a show.
Right.
But I guess they try, from my understanding, they stay pretty true to what actually happened. It's just portrayed. But okay, so last week I was like, I don't know, man, maybe they could have, left. And I said, I'll form a different opinion. I'm only 2 episodes in.
I didn't watch anything, so tell me what your opinion is.
Yeah, so, and now I finished it very fucking confused.
I feel like that's where you were last week. That's where you were last week.
Yeah, but like, I feel like the way they end it, so there's another documentary. I need to watch it. Something more because I need more, because the way they ended the Monsters, they made you rethink everything. Like, was everything they made you think that like none of the abuse was even real.
I feel like they were saying that in the trial too, though. They were calling them spoiled rich kids and acting like, their parents weren't abusive, they're just so fucking spoiled and entitled that they just think that.
Yeah.
That's how they portrayed them there too?
At the end.
At the end.
But like the middle of the episode, like of the series, they're like highlighting the abuse, and like the boys are like talking about the abuse that happened and giving in detail, and you're like, holy fuck, these parents were fucking terrible. No wonder they killed them. Like they probably, and they're so they portray them as being so brainwashed, and so when you're subjected to that abuse for that long, you don't think, you don't have like regular thoughts.
The right
so
like process.
Had they not been subjected to that abuse, they wouldn't be so fucked up in the head to murder their parents. The parents made them that way.
Gypsy Rose, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
But then at the end, they portray it as like, what I guess is like what happened with the trial. It was like, were they making it up, or were they really that fucked up? Like, are they sociopaths and they're creating this entire story, or are they sociopaths because the entire story is true and their parents like did this to them? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
So it's fucked up, but I think if the abuse is real and those boys went through what they went through, they should not still be in jail.
I feel like that's where my mom was at with it.
Like, okay, there was never negating whether they killed him or not.
No, we know that happened.
That
they definitely killed their parents.
Yeah, but to get life without parole when they were subjected to what they were for so long.
And I feel like that's the whole point
in this the abuse was still going on with the younger brother, who was like 18. It was still actively going on. And then last time I was like, why can't they leave? You know what I mean? And then it's like, well, they tried. They would say that they would like try to tell people and people didn't believe them, or they would try to leave and they were always like, the father, like he tried to run away at one point and the father found him and brought him back. And it's like he had this mentality, he had this belief that like he couldn't leave. Like if he left, his dad would just find a way to find him. So, and that's all psychologically like fucking from the abuse. You know what I mean? He's like, he's not think like you and I think, where you can just, why don't you leave? Well, it's like with the evacuate, why don't you leave? Well, it's not that easy when you're like in it.
Or when anybody that's abused, like a lot of like domestic violence people, like women, you know what I mean? It's like, why didn't she leave? And it's like, well, she fucking couldn't.
Right. So those boys, I mean, I don't know. I just don't know if you could fake that abuse.
Right.
And then they were like, why didn't you say it to begin with? And I don't know. It's like, well, maybe they were so ashamed of it. They didn't want to use that. Because that was another thing. Well, they didn't say any of that until they were like arrested and then had this new attorney who had just won a case by using
right.
abuse.
So they thought they were making
So then they thought that like she was coercing
them to say that.
Them to say, you know, like to make that their defense. Why wasn't it said prior to that? And it's like, well, maybe they didn't want to bring it up until they realized like it was the only way for them to try to say, like, to not spend their life in jail or be subjected to the death penalty. Like, they had to come clean about what had been happening.
And then also to that, I would believe that because they were so young still at that time, right? So, like, your brain's not, and, like, okay, so your brain's not really making good decisions when you've been enduring trauma for so long, but also, some people believe, and the more that we, like, study the brain and stuff, we're finding out that, like, you are not mentally, emotionally mature until, like, age 24, 25, right? So, like, at 19, 20, you're not thinking straight, even without being abused. You know what I mean? But, like, especially with that abuse, well, of course, like, you're thinking, like, no, I don't want to say this.
Right. Like, I don't think that, like, I don't know. I feel like life without parole, those boys weren't, like, gonna go on a killing spree. You know what I mean?
Like a very specific situation.
It was a very specific situation. They killed their parents, yes. But they weren't like were they gonna go kill like other people? No. They weren't like.
And I feel like that's like the whole point of like these trials, right? Like you said, like no one's negating the fact that they killed their parents. Sure, cool, they did that. But the point of the trial, the point of finding out is, was that necessary?
Right.
Like, not necessary, but you know what I mean? Like, was the killing justified?
Right. Or are they like sociopathic freaking
Are they crazy
killers?
murderers?
Are they going to become serial killers? No.
Right. Are they murderers, or did they murder a specific person because they felt they had no choice?
Right.
That's like, this is completely off, but there's this girl. I don't know. You probably heard of her. She was real big in the news a couple years ago. I want to say her name was Centoya Brown. And she had been, like, kidnapped into, like, sex trafficking and, like, human trafficking as, like, a 9-year-old. And the person that was sex trafficking her ended up selling her to this older man. And she was living with this older man, being raped for years. And then she eventually killed him. And she was put in jail for murder. And Kim Kardashian had to get her out.
I remember this.
And it was like, how?
Right.
How? And they were like, well, it was premeditated. Okay, but she was a sex slave. If I was a sex slave, I would premeditate the murder fucking 2 of my abuser. What are you talking about?
Right.
I feel like it's like that all over again. Not all over again, because obviously this happened first, but I feel like it's wild to me that, like, they don't look further into these things than that. You know what I mean? Like, how do you, oh, well, premeditated murder, you're going to jail. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You should premeditate murdering someone that's...
She had to fucking plan it to be able to get it out. To be able to execute it, to get the fuck out.
Right, you gotta premeditate that. Yeah. So, I don't know.
Yeah, speaking of Kim Kardashian...
Yeah. Come on, segue.
She, I don't know. The internet peoples are trying to make Kanye... I think we might have said this last time, too. They're really making Kanye seem like he wasn't that fucking crazy.
And you know what? I've been on the fence about him forever, because, like, sometimes he is crazy and mentally ill, but does that mean he's wrong?
Yeah.
Does it mean he's wrong?
I saw something today that was saying, oh, fuck,
he's mentally ill for sure, but it doesn't mean he's wrong. Was she trying to make him look even crazier?
Was she trying to make him look even crazier? And was what he doing was only crazy to us on the outside because we didn't understand what was actually going on behind closed doors? Like, remember when he bought the house next to Kim Kardashian? We were all like, oh my God, he's crazy. He won't leave her alone. And it's like, well, what if he really was buying the house next door to her because she was doing some fucked up shit and he wanted to make sure he was...
And you know what? I mean, that's 4 kids.
Fucking, like...
And you know what? I will give him this entire time since 2004 or whenever we found out his name. He has always been very big on family. Remember how obsessed he was with his mom?
He was.
You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Families, like, I wouldn't be surprised if it turned out that he was so crazy just because he was protecting his kids, because I feel like that matches up with the character that we know that he is.
Right.
The character that he has, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Right.
Like
he's very family oriented, and we know that. And I'm cold on my side.
Why is it? I don't want it to play. I was just trying to.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. This is.
Yeah, I'm just trying to heat up my side.
You have to like actually press it. Yeah.
Oh, that's why my side's on.
It was on low.
Tundra.
Oh, that was weird. It just like shut. Like the engine just shut off.
For me doing that?
I guess because like it didn't have to. For the AC.
Oh.
Like it was staying on to keep the AC going.
But we didn't really need it. We didn't need that AC.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I can't explain this. Like this was a TikTok where she was just like pulling his old tweets and was like dissecting them to like what we know now, and like does it seem as crazy? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Like I was trying to fly to Wyoming with a doctor to it's cut off to look something up like on the movie Get Out because I cried about having my daughter's life yesterday. I can't really read it. It's cut off. But I don't know. This TikTok, they're just really trying to like make Kanye look normal right now. And they're kind of doing a good job because the Kardashians are definitely linked to Diddy.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah. We already talked about that. You're right. We did talk about that part. And I think we touched on Kanye, but I don't think this part about Kanye had come out. But we have talked about it before because, like, and again, like, he has like admitted himself that he has like some mental illnesses, and like not there's anything wrong with shit. I'm mentally ill,
right?
But
aren't we all?
That doesn't mean that he's wrong,
right? Just the way he
goes about it sometimes is abrasive.
It makes him seem crazy
because he's abrasive as shit.
So like he's not as this fine oiled like machine like the Kardashians are. So
you're
they
right.
have the PR behind them where he's just like blowing up on Twitter and like burying himself because even though there might be some truth to what he's saying, he's just blowing up.
Right.
And they're like PR freaking masterminds controlling it all.
And like what, their best friend is Ryan Seacrest, who's syndicated on everybody's radio all day talking about how great they are and how crazy Kanye is.
And they definitely have TMZ on the payroll.
Oh, for sure. TMZ is probably their best friends. And aren't they friends with Lou Taylor too, that hoe?
Yes, they are. All the Diddy's trial set for May 5th, 2025.
So excited for this shit show.
That's like 7 months away.
And what did you say about the lawsuits?
So apparently the guy that had the 120 people that had come forward and like he was setting up, he actually filed like 6 of them. I think it was 6. 5 or 6. And one of them was it's a John Doe who was 16 at the time. And I think it was like out of all of them there was 1 female. So if it was 5, there was 1 female, 4 males. If it was 6, 1 female, 5 males. But they were all, the majority of the ones that were filed today were men. But only 1 was underage. The rest of them were like...
So we're pretty sure that he is gay and he was using these women as his beards. Because also, I mean, the whole having Usher live with you as a child.
Right.
Justin Bieber lived with you as a child. And there was like I keep seeing these really creepy resurfaced interviews of him and Justin Bieber where he's like making comments about how like Justin better not talk about what they do behind closed doors. And then the Cat Williams thing. So I had briefly talked about it before.
Yeah.
How like I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw bits and pieces. And if you're on any kind of internet that you've ever said his name around your phone, it's going to come up. So this one interview keeps popping up. And Cat Williams said, I had to turn down $50 million 3 different times. And it's Sharon Sharp he's talking to. Shannon Sharp. And he's like, Diddy wants that booty. Oh, no, he said, the beginning.
I've seen this.
Yeah, in the beginning he was saying, like, I have that virgin hole. He's like, my only goal in Hollywood was to make it this far with my virgin hole. And he said that Diddy was trying to pay him for his butthole for years. And you know what? I believe him because Cat Williams has been just telling everybody's business. And it's another one like, what's her name? Jaguar, right?
Like that. There's nothing done to
right.
it. So there must
if it
be
wasn't
some
true,
sort of truth to what he's saying.
Y'all would have stopped him because Cat Williams has been saying the same interview for the last year.
Right.
And no one has stopped him from saying this.
Yeah. This says feds say another indictment with more charges may be coming.
I think I heard that.
To Diddy
Let me see what I
court.
sent.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, it's just gonna keep building.
And so there's so many docs. So I watched that one, and then there's another 2021 out, and it's from like the new show 2020.
Yeah.
And I started that one today, and I think I might have took a couple of notes. And then
Oh yeah, I had taken notes when I was watching.
the egg test. Did you hear the egg test one?
No.
So apparently, Diddy had an egg test, or you had to hold the egg between your butt cheeks. Here, let her tell you.
What the fuck?
Test. Suge Knight just recently did an interview
Suge
in
Knight,
jail
though, so.
about the whole Diddy thing, and he started talking about this thing called the egg test.
This is from the first degree.
At these white parties, men would have to pull down their pants, take an egg, and place it. I'm gonna let you use your imagination. If the
Butt
egg
crack.
cracked, they're not ready yet.
What
There's
the
a picture
fuck?
of Russell Brand and P. Diddy, and Russell Brand is holding an egg. Why else would he be holding an egg?
That's
Russell
weird
Brand,
that
a
he's
lot
just
has
holding
come
the
out
egg.
about him with minors. I
It
think
is.
it's crazy that this egg photo exists. Like, I need some more
Literally.
context for this picture before I take off my tinfoil hat.
Egg test. Should
What the fuck?
And then, there's a gator jumping out of flood water, but that's just normal Florida stuff. Eve revealed she was drugged at a 2007 VMA party after leaving her drink unattended. And then, did you see the one where there was a picture of Britney Spears and Diddy? And apparently that was the night that Britney Spears was drugged as well.
I did see that.
And then, what's this?
No
About
doubt
to
in
die.
my mind that Corey Gamble is heavily involved.
Oh, we already
with
talked
Diddy.
about this. We already talked about the Corey Gamble of
Keep
it
in
all.
mind that Corey Gamble.
Shit's getting weird. Part infinity.
I just got fired,
Oh.
so I was real nervous. And Justin was.
Okay, so this is... I'm just going to summarize this real quick because I don't remember what it was. So...
Oh, no, it's okay, so that was weird, or what? Maybe not weird is the right word, but our camera died yesterday and we had no charger, and so we were in the middle of talking. We're not actually quite sure what we stopped saying, like what exactly we stopped talking about. So this episode's just gonna be all fucked up. We're in different clothes. Corn's now got the shirt on that I had on yesterday.
Oh, it'll be funny. We traded shirts.
We traded shirts. But so if you're watching us, that's why we look different. And if you're listening to us, that is why we are now just going to start. We're just like dropping it down in the middle of whatever we're just going to start talking about something else because we don't know what where we stopped off.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's something with Diddy. I remember saying that, like, and I did mix up last night. I was saying that there was like 5 or 6 people that filed a lawsuit and only one of them was a female. I saw today, to correct myself, it was 6 people total. 1 was underage male and 2 were females. So it was 4 males, 2 females, and 1 of the males was underage at the time of the allegations. So that lawyer says that he's going to file more, but he just started with those
Wow.
6.
And did I finish saying the shit's getting weird about the birthday and all that?
Wait, maybe that's where it stopped.
Maybe
Maybe
that's where
you
we
were
were?
playing that when we stopped last night.
And so this was like an old interview with Diddy, and about how like when his first child was born, he invited like his whole old hood from Harlem to his house in Arizona instead of like being at the birth. And he was like, I just got a party. It was really weird.
That's so weird.
Weird. Part infinity.
I just got fired, so I was real nervous. And Justin was born. I didn't really know what to do. He was born the night before New Year's Eve, so I just started partying from then. I used to have this house in Scarsdale that I was renting, and I had my whole neighborhood from Harlem come to my house because I just had my firstborn baby.
Like, that's weird.
Roots was big
So
to
he
me,
had,
so I
hold
was
on.
ready
So he had his, why did that, oh, it didn't pause.
No, I know. I can
to know
figure.
what was going to happen.
He had his friends and family from Harlem come to his house in Scottsdale to celebrate his firstborn.
Right, but I'm assuming.
But where was the firstborn? Was
probably in
he
the
even
hospital
there?
with the mother?
Yeah.
No, and that's what like I think it was like saying in the comments like of that too was that it was like what the hell, you know?
Yeah,
Like, right,
so
like,
weird.
where's the, like it's just so fucking weird.
I don't know.
Shit's getting weird.
So I'm just gonna like see if I
No,
can see
you're
the comments
fine.
real quick. Right. Is it DJ Khaled just not knowing what to do? That was
Yeah.
funny because he did.
He's just kind of like not sure how to react to this story.
Looking real
And
confused.
Diddy's just like telling the story like it's completely normal. Like that's how
right.
out
He's
of
not
touch
right
with
his mind.
reality he is. Like that's not normal. You threw a rager because you had a firstborn child. Like don't you throw like you don't throw a party after the child's born. You throw a baby shower.
Right.
No one's
Right.
throwing like a house party.
So
I had
fucking
a
weird.
baby. Let's throw everyone fly in from Harlem and let's throw a house party. Yeah, fucking weird. Not normal.
No.
Do you know what else isn't very normal that I saw? I don't know how I feel about it. All the comments were like praising what they did, what I'm about to tell you,
Okay.
and how cool it was, and oh my gosh, I can't believe, and I'm not sure I agree with that. I'm not sure how I feel. Like, is it cool? Okay, so Brantley Gilbert is a country singer.
Okay.
And he sings kind of like that rock country. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
yeah.
not like Tim McGraw, or it's more of like a Jason Aldean,
Yeah.
where it's a little bit different. I can't think of his songs right now. And he's a country singer. Apparently, he's on tour right now. And his wife is pregnant.
Oh.
On tour with him.
Oh.
And she gave birth while he was on stage. She was in the tour bus.
Oh.
Yeah, there, on the premises. She was in the tour bus. He was on stage in the middle of his set. He gets notified that she's like pushing. He goes off stage, joins her on the tour bus, and then comes back out and finishes the concert. I don't know. Is it like, is that weird, or is it like, oh my gosh, he was there for her and he made sure he didn't miss it?
Giving birth on a tour bus is weird.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming she had like a midwife with her, and it's like kind of like at home birth.
I mean, I get the home birth thing is popular or whatever, but like,
no, she was there in the back lot on the tour bus.
but like,
He
is
walked off stage.
a tour bus as sanitary as your house? Like, aren't there other like dirty, gross men staying there? I don't.
Probably not when you're like, he's kind of a bigger.
I don't really know.
I don't know.
I barely recognize his name, so.
Yeah. I would think that he didn't have like a band tour bus. Like,
Right. That's what I was thinking. Like
I mean, maybe.
like a band full of like dudes like drinking and drugging, and you're
And
just
then
like in
she's
your
just,
water
like,
birth pool.
Yeah,
in the middle of the bus.
I don't like. He literally walked off stage, caught the baby, and comes back on stage, talks about how he caught his firstborn child, and then finishes the concert.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. When you started this, because you had prefaced it with how you thought it was weird, I thought he was then gonna bring the baby out covered in afterbirth, like
Oh my
Mufasa
God.
style. So it's not as weird as what I was expecting. But
Fair enough.
I'm still gonna right because that's where I thought you were going. That's where I thought you were going with this.
Extra weird.
That's where I thought you were going. With
I
this.
wouldn't have questioned if that was weird or not, though. Like that would have
You
been
know what?
like,
That's
that's
fair.
fucking
That's
weird.
fair. But you kind of were acting like that already. You were kind of
Yeah.
like, you know what? I think everyone else is acting like this is cool, and I think it's weird. And like people are weird, so they might have thought that was cool. Right. That's really where I thought this was going.
They named the kid Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Did they?
No.
You almost fucking got me. You did get me for a second. Not gonna lie, you did get me. Oh, that would have been great. I don't know. I do kind of feel like it's weird to give birth in a tour bus outside of your concert. I don't know. I mean, but also like I get that that's what some people are into. I personally more into like a hospital, but
I know.
I don't know.
But I guess like if he
you're
was
home
already
birthing,
scheduled,
isn't that weird?
I guess if he was already scheduled the tour, he couldn't like cancel it. And he's like, "Hey, you come with me, and we'll give birth on the tour bus." And he can't actually like.
Do you want to be on tour postpartum?
No. Do you want a newborn
No.
on tour with you?
Do you want to give birth on tour?
No. But do you want the father there when you give birth?
I mean, if
And
he's
he
on
has
tour,
like prior obligations that he can't like. I don't know, man. You feel like he could have like. What do other people do? What do the other singers do that like their wives get pregnant?
they probably aren't there. You're probably right about.
Are they
the,
just
like,
not
is it
there,
better
or
for
do
him
they
to be
like
there?
schedule it around?
Right, or do you like rain check that fucking date, or like.
Like, obviously, I'm assuming she went early, right? Like, I'm assuming she didn't, like, no one fucking goes on their due date. So, it's hard unless you're, like, I don't know. So, Chris travels, right? And he was traveling through my pregnancies, and I scheduled inductions for Carson and Caden to make sure that, like, I knew he would be there. And he, like, granted, there was the off chance that I could have gone earlier.
Right.
Like,
right,
and he
right.
maybe, like, if that happened, he wouldn't have been there. But I didn't. And the inductions were scheduled ahead of your due date. So the chances of you, like, going earlier are slimmer, you know what I mean? And so he could be home for them. I made sure he was there. Like, can you not do that? And, like, schedule your tour dates, like...
But you know damn well if you're somebody that wants to have a home birth, you don't want to be induced.
Right, but we don't know if she wanted the home
Right,
birth,
right, right.
or
You
if
know
she
what?
just
Fair,
chose
fair.
to do that so that she could be together. They could be together.
And, like, also, my question is, how far in advance, because I don't know a lot, I don't know a lot about concerts. How far in advance are concerts scheduled? Like, did you not know that this was, like, the time? Okay, so, like, Taylor Swift takes time off of her concerts, right? She does a leg and then she has a month off. So, like, if you were scheduling this concert or if you knew she was pregnant, if you scheduled it 9 months ago, would you not have, like, scheduled, like, a month off in that time?
Right.
Or, like, was she that early? Or we don't know how early she was.
But to be fair, also, like, I'm going to Taylor next weekend. This weekend, I bought her tickets in August of last year.
Okay, so you wouldn't have known if you were going to be pregnant by then.
No.
Right. So, okay, so what do you do about that? What if you're if you're giving birth and you were meant to be there? You just sell your ticket. I guess that's not as serious.
Yeah.
That's not the same thing.
You fucking
Never
sell
mind.
your $300 ticket for $2,000. That's
You
how
make
much
money.
That's how much my ticket is. The section I'm in is sold out on StubHub right now, but, like, did I say? I don't know if I did.
I know you said it to me, but I don't know if it was
I don't know
on
if
here
I
or
said
not.
it on here or not, but,
I
like,
don't remember, but I know you told me that yesterday.
yeah. I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah, that's...
Chris
good
was
chunk
like,
of
so
change.
why are you going and not selling them? I'm like, because I want to fucking go. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, maybe we did say it on here. I was like, I don't think I'd spend $2,000. And you were like, okay.
Yeah, because you would.
Sorry, that was a repeat. Because we can't remember what
we
the
don't know what
fuck we
happened.
talked about yesterday.
I don't know what happened yesterday. That was yesterday's business.
I can't remember what, like, this morning, I think. I do know, like, I guess I can tell you this morning. But there are days when I'm like, wait, was that this morning? Was that yesterday? When did I do that?
That's the kind of day that I had today. That's how I
fuck.
feel. I don't know what happened this morning.
I'm like, I don't know what we talked about yesterday. I do a little bit, but, like, I forgot that we had said that already. But, yeah, so he had a kid. Well, the wife, whatever.
So
the wife gave birth in the middle of his concert. He walked off stage, caught the baby, came back on, said, I just became a dad, and finished his concert.
Did he wash his hands?
I would hope so. I don't know. There was video, but I did not look at the hands. And there was no baby being Hasavanyad.
Oh, God, that would be so good.
Okay, so I guess we can talk about relationship too, because I want to know if we really think the Mormon wife and her crazy husband broke up. The Jen one.
She posted again today, and it was, like, really, like, confusing. I don't know if it was on here or where.
Yeah, so they're
Was it on
really...
here?
My eyeball is itching.
Right, and I'm sure they're trying to, like, set it up for the next
obviously,
season, right?
they're like really good at not like about like what's the word
Oh, it was this one.
fishing.
Oh, yeah, so I guess she's...
That's not really the word I'm looking for, but
Talking to you right now.
And admit you're in danger.
Who are you talking to right now?
And admit
I feel like
you're in
that's...
danger.
And then that was all, like,
Right.
you're acting like you didn't...
right. And then there was like a video where they were like talking, you know, they're all, the thing is, all these I'm gonna pause it so it doesn't keep saying that over and over. All these TikToks that they've been posting recently, these three, Jen, Whitney, and Michaela, right? Macy.
Oh, that's Michaela.
Wait, Michaela and Macy and Jen have been posting these TikToks, and they're all, I think, made on the same day within minutes of each other because they're in all the same clothes. And in one TikTok, they're like, they insinuate that they broke up. And then in the next TikTok, she insinuates that, like, they're still together and the internet's crazy. And they're wearing the exact same outfits, but they're on each of their TikToks. Like, none of them, they're not all on Jen's, you know what I mean? Like, Macy posted that one, and Michaela posted that one, and Jen posted that one. And so it's just to get people like us fucking talking about it, right? Because they just announced season 2.
And she's like, someone commented, like, at the end of the day, you know what you're going through. Some relationships look great, but actually aren't. Others look bad, but actually aren't. And she was like, thank you. So I feel like maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I hope so for her sake, but...
Right? He was not, I don't know, he was just a very sketch guy.
But then, like, there was that one.
But this is when she was still in New York. She's obviously back in Utah now because she's filming season 2. She's going to be like Whitney with a new house every episode.
Right. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I'm interested.
Sorry, my children are texting right now, and I just need to see. He thinks he just charged my phone, my card with something. That's wonderful. I wonder how much that is. He left that part out.
Right.
Mama,
and
I think I just charged your card for something.
And it
Can
was
you check?
something. Like, you know what it was? I mean, we don't know, but he knows.
Right.
What does he mean something?
What do you mean something?
What do you mean?
Be
What
more
was it?
specific.
What'd you charge? Was it McDonald's? Because whatever. Was it something crazy? Cause...
No, it's probably like an app or something, I'm assuming. Or Amazon. Because he does have, like, he has a little card, you know?
Right.
So I think he's got some money on it because he helped Chris. Chris paid him, like, helping him do the driveway and shit, like when we did all that.
Yeah.
So I think he's got a little bit of money, and so it's either he bought something on Amazon and didn't change the card, or he purchased, like, fucking Robux or an app or something
stupid and didn't change the card.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll find out.
Hopefully it wasn't that much. He'll be cash apping that shit right back to me.
Right. That's why he wants to know.
Right. I'm checking a little bit though. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't have any other. The Victoria's Secret fashion show is back for the first time. They did away with it like a few years ago, and they brought it back this year. It's actually on tonight. This will come out tomorrow, so I'm telling you a day late. But it's actually live, which I don't know. It's been live in the past.
I don't know. I don't remember.
But it is live tonight, right now. Actually, like 8:00. Obviously, I'm not watching it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't know that I ever even did.
I have. It's not something I like religiously watched every year, but I have watched it.
I mean, I buy like the
when
stuff,
there's like good, there'll be like performers, and when there was like people that I wanted to see, I'd watch it. But
I'll catch the highlights that the internet puts up.
correct. That's what I'm gonna watch it on TikTok tomorrow.
Right. Same.
You got some Disney shit?
Yeah, so, and then this just came out. It came out like last night while we were here, and then I got home and like some people had been sending it to me. I mean, my cousin. So they are going to they announced that Big Thunder Mountain Railroad will be closing for a year starting January 6th, 2025. So I'm thinking.
Oh, the new land.
Mm-hmm. They probably have to get like some kind of construction to get through there or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be it. And so, yeah, a new announcement, blah, blah, blah. And then also, we've got some dates on... Okay, we can turn that down. Dinoland USA. I think I briefly touched on some of it, what I knew. So the Triceratops Spin, Fossil Fuel Games, Chester and Hester's Dinosaur Treasures are closing January 12th. Closing date for Dinosaur, the Boneyard, Restaurantsaurus, Bite Size Snacks, Chili Bikes hasn't been announced yet, but the construction begins on January 13th, so it's not going to be, you know what I mean?
Right. And then that's a week after the railroad closes.
Right.
So yeah, they're definitely gearing up to...
And then Epic Universe, I actually didn't watch this, I just sent it here, so I don't know what the answer is. Opening timeline and tickets announced. According to Wall Street Journal, Epic Universe could open as early as Memorial Day weekend 2025.
What?
Guests could expect to see tickets for Epic Universe go on sale as soon as this month.
What?
Honestly, I didn't expect any of this.
Yeah, that's really early.
Just now, yeah. I mean, I guess they've been working on it for a while because, like, we knew that. And, like, I know it's like a multi-billion-dollar ordeal, so I don't know if, like,
I felt like it would take, like, years. I feel like it hasn't been working on it for years. Do you feel like that?
No, but that's what I'm wondering about, like, the amount of money. Did you spend that much money to have, like, triple the people? Open? You know what I mean? Like, are you, like, hiring more? I don't know, because that sounds like a couple, like, I think someone else, like, hundreds of billions. And, again, I'm making up these numbers, but I definitely heard the word billions thrown around, and, like, does it cost that much? Like, $1 billion is a lot of fucking money. So if you're spending multiple billions,
that's a
lot of fucking money. What I mean? Is that, like, a sped up situation? It's not like you're not spending that on dragons. And we know they were already testing dragons, so, like, they have to be pretty far along to be testing dragons.
They were testing shit. But then you see, like, aerial pictures, and it still looks like fucking dirt.
But is that on purpose?
I guess I haven't seen
and yeah, you know what? I haven't seen aerial pictures updated recently either.
Right. It's probably like a no-fly zone.
Probably, right? Because they're probably trying to keep it fucking tip-top secret and whatnot.
Right. It's gonna be cool though.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. I'm gonna have to go to fucking Universal.
I know.
I haven't been to Universal since the 8th grade.
The people with like year passes are gonna get lucky. I bet they get like.
Or is it gonna be a
annual
separate ticketed
passes.
event?
I don't know.
Is it gonna be like a separate park? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like at Legoland, it's a different price. Like you can get the Legoland annual pass, but then you gotta pay extra for the water park and fucking Peppa Pig.
Well, they'll probably like let people add it to their passes once it comes out that already have annual passes,
you know,
like
that
for a
makes
fee.
sense.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But I would assume that like annual pass holders will get like an opportunity to see it first. I wonder if they'll do something like that.
I bet, because like at Disney, it's not like that. Like Legoland, it's like the annual pass tiers are based on blockout date. So like I have the lowest tier,
but they still include all the parks, right? Yeah.
Right. So I have the lowest tier, but I can go to every park. I just
I
can't go if they expect there to be any kind of crowd, which is fine because I don't like y'all.
Want to be there anyways?
Right. So I mean, like, but that's what you know what I mean. But like at Legoland, it's tiered by like how many things you can get into, as well as okay. So I wasn't planning on talking about this at all. But it's also blackout dates, and so I've said this before, I don't know if on here, but I know I've talked to you about it. So I used to get Legoland tickets because they were $99 for annual passes on Black Friday.
Yeah.
And then they upped it to the point where it's not that much less expensive than what I pay for Disney.
Yeah.
If you want to get into
how many parks?
Right. If you want to get into Peppa Pig, and the water park, then like you're paying almost $300, if not that, right? So these people, I'm still in like some pass holder groups, and they took the weekends of like their events away from their gold members, right? So like that's one step down from platinum. So it's like they do their Brick or Treat, and Brick or Treat is only on Friday or Saturday. I've been multiple times because every time I've had an annual pass, we've gone to Brick or Treat, right? Like these people just went assuming they could go because they had passes for years, and their passes weren't good on weekends for event. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And for the gold pass, you're paying two something, almost $300. Now I'm curious, what's a Legoland gold pass?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And like to not be able to go to the
not worth the money, right? Like,
and that's when it was $99.
Yeah, then it was.
You know?
Like when you could get, I mean, not even the annual pass, but like when you could get my eyeballs itching on like the Wendy's cups, and it would be like buy one get one free tickets. Like that's when we went to Legoland, when they would do like those promos.
Remember, because you guys did that, because I had like 2 guest tickets.
Yeah, and then we did like a buy one get one free, and then we only had to pay for like me, and the kids got in free.
So it says they're on sale now. So I'm just curious what they are. 2025, get the rest of 2024 free, because you know people are mad at you, and that's still not going to be that. All right, so the gold pass is so full price $249, but you're blocked out for Brick or Treat, and that's 2 parks plus parking. So you're still not getting into Peppa Pig.
Right.
And so it's on sale right now for $199, but the normal price is $250, and they're blocking out the Brick or Treat.
Right.
And you're still not getting into Peppa Pig at that. So the unlimited attraction, unlimited admission, no blockout dates is normally $350. It's on sale right now for $289. I pay $400 for my Disney.
Right.
Even with my blackout dates at Disney is I feel like worth way more money than
Legoland.
Right. With no blackout dates.
Right.
With no, you know what I mean? It shouldn't be $100, and it's less than $100 difference.
Universal is doing some pass right now too, where you can like buy a day and get the rest of the year or something like that.
Oh, that's interesting for you guys.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not doing it. I was on the website today because Caden mentioned something about going to Halloween Horror Nights for his birthday. I'm like, fuck, it's so expensive.
Don't you guys normally go? You went last year.
We've gone the last few years, yeah, but I just this year I just don't want to fucking spend it. Fuck. If we go the day after his birthday, which is like during the week, then it's like $88 a ticket.
Oh, that's not as bad.
And then if we go the weekend after his birthday, it's like for like that Saturday, it's like $120 a ticket. And then that Sunday is like $90 a ticket. So I'm like, I don't know. Last year we went on like a Sunday because it was cheaper, and we just came back.
Too.
Yeah, and we just came back that night, and I made him go to school the next day. I'm like, I'll take y'all, but you are not missing school. Like, I mean, we got back at like fucking 3:00 in the morning, and their asses went to school the next day.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
that they did it.
Well, they wanted to go. I was like, I'm not spending the money for the weekend nights, like Friday, Saturday night.
Because that adds up. You know, it sounds like, oh, it's only $40, but by times 4 people, 5 people, that's
5 people,
a couple $100.
And I bought it was 5 times 6 people because I let him bring a friend for his birthday. Like, I'm not just gonna make him go to. If that's what he wants to do, like, I'm not gonna limit him to like the family. Like, he can bring someone. And then this year he's like, can I bring 2 friends? And I'm like, no, 3. He says, yeah, it would just be me, Rhino, Seb, and Brody. And I'm like, dude, that's 4 fucking people. That's 3 extra fucking people. I can't buy tickets for all those people.
Shit, you're looking at $1,000 just for you guys.
I know. But then I looked up like the local, this is like way off, but I looked up like the local paintball. I was like, well, what if I can find something cool in town to do, right? So there's like a paintball place somewhere. The fucking package for 10 people was $700.
I feel like paintball's always been expensive.
I'm like, I might as well just fucking take him to Halloween Horror Nights.
I remember back in the 90s, the guns were like $100. And it's like, that was a lot of money 30 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like even back then, like, the paintballs themselves are fucking expensive. I don't know why. Paintball's expensive.
Yeah. I'm like, at that point, I might as well just take him up there. When I put 6 tickets in a cart, it was like that same fucking price. And that was on Saturday. I'm like, I don't fucking know. Yeah. That was like squirreling, but we were talking about parks, and I was literally just looking up like Universal Halloween Horror Nights.
If you have any advice on us for us how to get cheap Halloween Horror Nights, let us know.
Yeah.
But like legal ones that we can actually get in with.
Yeah. And cheap Hard Rock Hotel tickets. That's not a ticket. That's a room.
So I haven't done this, but now that we're already on weird stuff anyway, I see it advertised a lot. Have you ever looked at Undercover Tourist?
No.
I think they sell like discounted Disney tickets, and then people will be like, well, how does it go? And people like get in fine, but I think as long as you don't have any issues, you know what I mean? So like, if something comes up, you wouldn't be able to like do anything about it. Because it is like a third party thing, right. You know what I mean? Because like even Disney, like during this hurricane, it was harder to get them to do third party refunds, but like people were getting it done.
Oh shit.
I'm not saying that you can or that you should. I don't know.
Right.
Don't listen to me. This is not legal advice. But I would look into it if I was you, personally.
Right. Yeah, I will look into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to, I don't know. I looked up, I was at the Hard Rock Hotel because I looked up ticket, like a room for Sunday after Taylor. You want to take a guess at how much that fucking hotel is?
$1,200.
Oh, wow, no. Well, they did go that high. But the cheapest room was $700 for one night.
Those Grand Floridian prices.
No fucking way. I ain't doing it.
I was looking up Elon.
But it was very convenient. Like there's a shuttle that will take you over to the concert, which you can you can do the shuttle even without staying there. But $700. I was like, that's fucking wild.
I mean, it's a guitar or something, right? You know.
Yeah, but that was for the other room. There's like 3 different hotels there. There's the guitar, and then there's like 2 other like towers or whatever.
I don't think I've ever stayed there. I've been there like gambling and hanging out, but like I've never stayed.
Yeah. Me neither. I've been there to like the Matt Rife show I saw there. But he's like a comedian that got popular on TikTok.
There's too many people on TikTok. I can't keep up with them all. There's this guy that my cousin sent me last night, and then I ended up down the rabbit hole. He is probably like maybe a little younger than us. But he's on like this like Civil War tour through Virginia, and he's like the youngest person by like decades, and he's just kind of like vlogging it, and this shit's hilarious.
That's wild.
Like I like history, you know what I mean, and like so does he, but like it's like him and a bunch of old people, and it's pretty funny. She was like, I've been following this. I feel like you want to too, and I was like, I do.
Yes, thank you.
Now I gotta see what he's up to tonight.
Yeah.
You know? What did he do today? I don't know. I haven't been on yet.
Yeah. All right. I don't know if we have much, and I think we were like almost.
We were like toward the end, I think.
Yeah. The only other thing that I thought was crazy is that Elon Musk created robots, and these robots, the video I saw was literally a robot bartender, and he was making drinks, and then he was like talking like the voice was like a frat boy, like it was the weirdest thing. And then I heard that what was the Will Smith robot movie, iRobot? What was it called?
Yeah, okay. I have
it?
a really fun video about that part.
Yeah, what was that movie called though?
Yeah, I gotta get my video to see because I don't remember, but my video that I.
And they were saying that the creator of the movie, when Quan tells us the movie, well,
we're gonna have to let him play because he talks. I thought
the creator of the movie was like looking into, I don't know about suing him or whatever, but he feels like Elon like jacked his designs. Like, the robots look like the same robots.
iRobot.
It is iRobot. Okay, that's what I said.
Okay, so we're gonna.
Is that what you? Is that what it is too? That he jacked his designs?
Watched iRobot, and we're like, you know what? Let's just recreate that from top to bottom. And
Yeah.
it's like, I guess it's cool, but do you not miss the entire point of that movie?
Right.
That they end up taking over, and then that we end up being the civilization that's on the verge of extinction? Because they're like, oh wow, there's a lot wrong with humanity. We should just take y'all out and then start over again. I hope not. I don't want this in my crib. I'm just saying this is a horror movie waiting to happen. You're just gonna have a robot chilling inside your crib, doing chores for you, cleaning, and then what all of a sudden I wake up in the middle of the night, he's just standing over me. Or maybe it's she, or it, they, them. I have no idea. Do robots have pronouns? I guess we'll find out in the future. But regardless, this shit is just a little bit scary to me. Because, I mean, it's a robot. What if it gets hacked? What if somebody hacks into it and is like, oh yeah, go kill LJ? Next thing you know, I'm on a t-shirt. Killed by robots. Me in the upper room, me and God gonna be pissed. Marjorie, you guessed it, death. I'm gonna be like, there's a reason I made you and not robots. I couldn't.
Yeah, look how similar. Hold on. Can we pause that?
Come on.
I never know how to pause these.
Is it Instagram? That's why. Maybe I can like add it in here because they literally look. Maybe show that. They look the same. Like the cars look the same. The robots look the same.
I didn't see anything until I saw this video, and then I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, I don't want a robot in my house.
Right. He's making a lot of good points.
The cars. The robo van. The robot itself. It's like really no creativity on your part. I'm just saying, I'm hoping that this is not foreshadowing what's going to happen. Because if I get killed by a robot, I'm going to be pissed.
I'm coming after Elon.
Yeah, I like that guy. His name is Lawrence Johnson. He has like some fun takes. And he's smart, but he's also funny. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's hard to find people that are like smart and funny.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know. That shit's scary. No fucking thank you.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
AI is fucking crazy to begin with, and now you're gonna put it in a robot form and then welcome it into your home.
No, no, it's terrifying.
Will Smith taught us better than that.
Right.
All right. Well, I think that's it for the week. I hope you have a good week.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for being here.
Peace out.
Peace out. K-Town down.